I bet you guys didn't know that I loved Power Rangers. I bet you guys also didn't expect me to return either. The video I wanted to release keeps getting delayed because it keeps turning out like crap. So I'm gonna focus on some other videos while that one cooks. Do you guys like Fortnite? I assume you do. Either that or you like JoJo so much that you're willing to play Fortnite if it gets added. If the rent gets too high, I will not hesitate to make a Fortnite JoJo Part 4. But that's not what we're talking about. Today we're talking about the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers collab. Not only are we getting Tommy and both of his Mighty Morphin suits in the Battle Pass along with the Megazord, but in the item shop, they just dropped the original 5. The Battle Pass also has a few cool Halo items, so they're really wanting to appeal to my autism and protect my virginity. Alright, enough stalling. It's morphin' time!
Alright then, it's morphin' time! Tyrannosaurus!
You either know Jason Lee Scott is the very first Red Ranger and the leader of the Mighty Morphin team until he wasn't, or you know him because, Jason comes with his power sword as the pickaxe. I feel like that should be obvious. Look at that detail, this thing looks beautiful. Every ranger comes with a power coin from their morpher as a back bling, and every time you get a kill, it glows and makes a cool sound effect. I originally was just gonna run the Power Rangers without the back bling, but the reactivity of it is just so cool. I feel really good whenever I kill someone and that thing lights up. It's like they literally designed the back bling to inject dopamine straight into your bloodstream every time you get a kill. Now before we take a look at the suit, I just need to let you all know, these are not complete 100% accurate replicas of the original suits from Zyuranger / the original Mighty Morphin. Small tweaks were made in an attempt to improve the designs. Pretty much all of these suits look near identical to how they appeared in the show. You're not going to get a Ranger with a fucked up deformed helmet that doesn't look anything like the original. It looks almost identical until you look at the gloves, and they have this mesh. Is that what it's called? A mesh? It doesn't matter. If you look really close, you see a bunch of tiny little holes in it. And I don't really think there's any point to this change, but it looks good. It looks really good. I think it adds a little extra depth to the suit, along with the neck of the suit. Now they kind of have this color design instead of it just being all white, and it has this cool little point that leads into the diamond on their chest. This new version of the suit also features a few extra seam lines, which I think is really cool. There's only one problem with this version of the Red Ranger. Look at his helmet. Comparing it to a few images from the original show, you'll notice that the teeth are silver, and behind the teeth, it's meant to be white. Whereas in Fortnite, both of these are the same shade of silver, and it doesn't really pop. I much prefer the show version where it has the white to pop against the silver, and I also feel like the white helps tie it back to the rest of the suit. So overall, this suit is still really good, slightly worse in some aspects, slightly better in others, but I still think it's an amazing skin, and a great adaptation of the original Red Ranger. Next, I'm going to be looking at the brains of the group, and the only member to stay throughout all of Mighty Morphin. The original 5 Rangers share all of the upgrades as the extra seam lines, the improved color, and the mesh on the gloves and boots. Whenever I look at the Zyuranger / Mighty Morphin suits, I always feel like blue is one of my least favorites out of the group. It's still a very good suit and it's very well designed, I just find a bunch of the other designs more appealing. Also, I would say that this suit is overall less accurate to the show version than the Red Ranger suit I just talked about. Look at the colors. In the original show, the Blue Ranger suit was a lot more dark, whereas in Fortnite, it's a lot brighter of a blue. It's not a crazy huge difference, and it doesn't even look bad. In fact, I actually think it looks a little better. I honestly just see this as an overall upgrade. He also gets his power lance, which unfortunately cannot be split into 2, but that's alright because it's still giant and super cool. And he gets the Triceratops coin, which also glows whenever you get a kill. I guess if I were to give these number scores, red would be like an 8 out of 10, and as of right now, I think blue is a 10. After rewatching some Mighty Morphin, I think I actually prefer the show version, so I'm gonna give this a 9. The Yellow Ranger comes with her daggers, which look really cool, and I kinda always wanted toys of these, and her saber-toothed tiger coin, also looking excellent. What I'm about to bring up isn't really a problem with the suit in Fortnite, it's more so just a cool piece of trivia. In Zyuranger, which is where Mighty Morphin got its footage from, the Yellow Ranger was actually a dude. So if you ever looked at yellow and pink and thought, Wait, how come Yellow is so buff and also wears their skirt? That's because they were originally a guy. And whenever they filmed original scenes for Mighty Morphin in America, you would obviously have the actual actress in the suit, so now they no longer look super buff. And as the later seasons went on, they looked less and less buff since they used less and less stock footage. But yeah, I think this suit looks really good, and I guess the only other thing of importance to mention is that they've added extra lines to all of the different creases of the mask and all of the extra depth, I guess, to like show off its depth. I'm not sure whether I prefer the lines or don't prefer them, but I don't know, it looks good both ways. This one's like a 9. I feel like if we're just looking at the original 5 suits and not including Tommy's, I think the black suit is the best looking objectively. Also, with the Power Ranger number scores I'm doing, I think at the end I'm gonna give my final thoughts because I'm definitely changing my opinion on some of these. So yeah, this skin just looks amazing. It looks magnificent. If I'm not rocking Tommy, I'm probably rocking this skin. And not only is it one of the better suits, but it does have the little upgrades that Fortnite gave them, so I think I know for a fact that this one's just gonna straight up be a 10 out of 10. He of course comes with his Mastodon coin that glows when you get an elimination. This one I think especially looks cool. And he also has his power axe, which, I'm gonna be honest, besides Tommy's dragon dagger, I think this is like the coolest weapon in Mighty Morphin. It's a big ass axe that turns into a fucking rifle. That is cool as hell. Yeah, I really don't know what else to say about this. It just looks great. Not a lot of changes were made, probably because it's one of the best suits out of Mighty Morphin. I realize that I sound kind of disinterested. I promise, I'm recording these lines at like 4 in the morning, and I'm so tired. I'm so very tired, and it's been so long since I uploaded anything. I gotta upload something, man. But this is probably only gonna get like 5 views since it's not JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, because that's the only thing that gets me views. I'm so tired. Pink Ranger, bitch! Yeah, this is just like the show version, with the little upgrades. I think I had more to say about red and blue since they had like some somewhat significant differences from the show versions. But yeah, yellow, black, and pink, they're like really accurate. Also, she gets the power bow, which is a little weird hitting stuff with, but unlike most of the other Ranger weapons, you actually get like a cool colored effect whenever you hit stuff with it, so that's a plus. Also, yeah, pterodactyl coin. That's it, nothing else to say, this is perfection. Now, before I talk about everyone's favorite Ranger, I just want to talk about the Megazord. Yeah, it looks great. It looks like the version from the show, but with like better proportions to help fit how a Fortnite skin works and make it look a little bit more mobile and not as blocky. That's about all I have to say about it since it's not out yet and I can't actually play as it. And also we don't know what every other reward's gonna be, though a few of them did get leaked. We don't even know what the second style is gonna be. If it's this black and gold version or if it's a battle damaged version, that's gonna be a big frown, because we could easily have Dragonsord battle mode, the Thunder Megazord, the Ninja Megazord, the White Tiger Megazord. We could like have all of these great options, but if it just ends up being a battle damaged version or the black and gold version, I might do it. Okay, I'm recording these lines after I actually got some sleep. The next skin I want to talk about is my favorite suit from Mighty Morphin. It's the Green Ranger, Tommy, the original GOAT, the original LeBron, the original King Von. Motherfucker was out here beating up the inside of the Megazord. Bro hopped in and whooped their ass. He is goated. The first ever 6th Ranger, the first ever Green Ranger, and the first Ranger to ooze aura. Okay, enough glazing. I think the suit looks great. I think the green might be a little off than how it is in the show. I believe in the show it's a little darker and maybe a little bit more reflective, but that's really just a nitpick. It has the neck piece that the other suits have, but oddly enough on the gloves it doesn't have the mesh, and it just kind of looks like leather or something. Don't know why they skimped out there, but it doesn't look bad by any means. It's just a little weird that it's not consistent. Instead of a power coin like the other Rangers, we get the whole morpher with the dragon coin inside of it, and instead of glowing, it pops open and glows and has this cool green lightning effect. I wish that we could have had these morphers as backbling options for the main Rangers, and maybe a giant coin option for both Tommy suits, but I gotta admit, it is beautiful. It is just so awesome. For his pickaxe, he has the Dragon Dagger, which might be the coolest weapon out of all of them, besides maybe Zack's rifle axe. I wish all of the Rangers had cool colored effects for each of their pickaxes, but for some reason it's only Green Tommy and Kimberly. Motherfucker plays this shit like a flute. How fucking crazy you gotta be to try and play a knife like a flute. And so finally, we arrive at Mighty Morphin White. I think this suit looks amazing both in Fortnite and the show, and it's really accurate, though if I'm being honest, I don't think it really fits with the Mighty Morphin cast. This is because whenever Saban was making Season 2 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, they wanted to use more stock footage, but they ran all out of Zyuranger footage. So instead they used the White Ranger footage, or the Kiba Ranger, who is the 6th Ranger of Die Ranger, and gave those powers to Tommy. I'm still kind of salty that Mighty Morphin never used these suits. They later became the Squadron suits, but I don't know, man. I felt like they were wasted potential, and I feel like the canon explanation to what they actually are is pretty lame as well. I gotta admit though, these suits are clean! Look how cool they are with like the vest and stuff. But yeah, great suit, and it looks really good with the Die Ranger suits / Power Ranger Squadron suits. I just don't think they fit with MMPR very well, and I think green complements the other ones a lot better. That being said, this is one of the best Power Ranger suits ever made. I still prefer the Green Rangers overall, but I do like the story that both of these suits tell in Mighty Morphin about Tommy. If you want me to make a video about that, well, this video has to actually get views first, and it has to get some likes. So, I don't know, if this video is able to get like 200 likes, maybe I'll do it. Or maybe at least 3,000 views. I know it's not going to get that. I'm going to get 1 like and 5 views. But it doesn't hurt to try. Also, sorry about my fan being on the whole time in the background. It is summertime and it is hot outside. So you guys are going to have to put up with my fan so I don't have to melt. This suit is lacking the neck piece upgrade, mostly because it doesn't even have the same design philosophy as the others. It's completely missing the diamond motif, and I don't think it really has any mesh anywhere, not even on like the gold braces, but that's okay. This suit looks amazing. Pretty much all of the suits look almost identical to their show counterparts and are just better versions of them, aside from, of course, blue being a little too bright and red not having the white behind the teeth. But those are really just nitpicks. So yeah, the suit looks great. The back bling is the morpher, just like the Green Ranger. Also, another thing, the back bling, the White Ranger edit style, and Saba are all just like edit styles of the Green Ranger stuff. I don't really get that. I think they should have been separate skins, but it's still pretty cool, I guess. The morpher on the back now has the White Tiger coin, and it opens up and has white electricity every time you get an elimination. And his pickaxe is Saba, a talking saber. Yeah, that's really cool. I'm glad that they gave this to him. What else were they going to give him anyways? Also, I want to mention that whatever the other skin for the Megazord is, it's not out yet, or even leaked, so I can't even talk about it. But once it comes out, if it's actually a different Megazord or something cool, I will make a short about it. But if it's just a battle damaged version, I don't really give a fuck. Like, I mean, it would be cool. It's just please, I'd rather have like a different Zord from Mighty Morphin. Alright, I'm going to be rating all of the suits based on how accurate they are, how much they improve the original design, you know, while still maintaining that design, and, you know, just how good they look in general. If that doesn't make sense, you might be retarded as shit, but just it's okay, just bear with me here. Red is getting a 9 because it's really great, it's just missing that little bit of white on the mask that ties it back to the rest of the suit. That brings it down a little bit, you know? Blue is also getting a 9 because it is great, it is amazing. I love the shade of blue, but it's not accurate. It should be a little bit darker. Black, yellow, and pink, they're all just getting 10s because of how accurate they are. Same with green and white. That's it. Also the Megazord, I guess it gets a 10. It looks great. So yeah, overall, I think that's gonna do it for the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you like Power Rangers, JoJo, Sonic, Resident Evil, Halo, or a bunch of other stuff, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's been a while since I uploaded anything, really, and now I'm getting back into the groove of it. There was this JoJo video I had planned, but it kept turning out like shit, so I just kept scrapping it or delaying it and trying to rework it, and it just hasn't worked, so I don't know if I'm scrapping it or just gonna rework it again, but that's part of the reason I haven't uploaded in so long, and I decided it would be better if I just focused a little bit more on big videos instead of shorts, and I also thought it would be better if I just worked on something else, because clearly I was just having kind of like, what is it, writer's block, except it's not just writing, it's doing a whole video. I had some kind of block that was in the way. I am going to upload more JoJo content because that is what gets the views, and rent is really high. Please, I'm begging. And you know what, if they add more Power Ranger skins, I will review those as well. And I might even make a video about the other teams that they should add, because honestly, I feel like Dino Thunder could be good, Mystic Force. There's a lot of Rangers that they could add, and I would be willing to go broke and homeless to buy them. But that's pretty much it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope you all have a good day.